Hello, how are you? I am back again, and today I thought I'd do a quick video about the brand new Jo Malone Rose Blush Cologne. Now this is so new, it's only been out for like a week, and it is part of the Marmalade collection. If you don't know it already, it is literally new, it's limited edition, it's only going to be around for a short period of time. And these do have a tendency to sell out really quick as well. So if you want one, I'm just giving you a heads up, you might want to buy one super soon. They also only come as 30ml bottles, and they are £55 for a 30ml bottle, which I agree is fairly expensive. I personally like to buy my Jo Malones as 100ml bottles because they usually retail for around £100, and I feel like you get a little bit more bang for your buck. I'm all about those savings, I'm all about the economies of scale. However, these perfumes only come in a 30ml bottle, and they are really special, and quite frankly it's the only way you can get them, so you just have to roll with it. Do you know what I mean? You just have to roll with it, but I promise you it's totally worth it because it's so special. So this is the Rose Blush Cologne. I've also done a video about the Elderflower Cordial Cologne, but within the collection there's more perfumes, including Blackberry and Bay, which we already know and love, but it's a slightly different edition. It's very exciting. And there's also Tangy Rhubarb, which I'm super excited about. And there's also Orange Peel. All the perfumes are very much inspired by marmalade and jam and preserves and summer fates and pick your own, and just kind of like foraging for fresh fruits and fresh berries and making them into homemade loveliness, like just summer joy, you know, what we all need right now. Anyway, today I'm going to be talking about Rose Blush, and I'm so excited because I love it so much. It's so good. Anyway, let me get the official description up because yeah, I think it really sets the tone for the perfume better than I ever could. So, delicate rose petals suspended in delectable jelly. The charm of these blushing pink petals inspires a prized preserve. Vibrant basil and juicy notes of lychee add a modern twist to this pretty floral scent, cocooned in the comforting embrace of white musk. And it includes notes of basil, which is a herbaceous, warm basil with a peppery edge, and an unexpected twist brings a fresh floral character to rose. The heart note, of course, is rose. As this fragrance unfurls, the opulent floral infusion with pure petally honey facets wraps the scent with sumptuous naturality. I don't even know what that means. And then at the base there is white musk, which is powdery and clean and enhances the trail of the scent, adding softness that endures. And that's true actually, because I was wearing it this morning and it has started to kind of fade, but it did leave me with this kind of really soft, lovely, just like loveliness. Like it was so pretty. Anyway, let me tell you about it. So I'm already wearing it. I've just sprayed some. I'm gonna spray a little bit more because, you know, if it's nice, go twice. It's so pretty. I'm personally a huge fan of the Jo Malone Rose perfumes in general. I love Red Roses. That is like my all-time favourite Jo Malone perfume. I think it's absolutely stunning. It's like literally my number one. I also adore Velvet Rose and Oud. I think it's so pretty. And which one else do I like? Tuberose Angelica, but not as much as the other two. I don't know, they just do a really good rose. Oh, I also love Poppy and Barley, which includes quite a lot of rose in that one as well. So when I heard that they were doing a rose in this collection, I was like, I'm interested. However, I was a little bit nervous. I don't like lychee. I think I'm the only person in the world who doesn't like lychee. I just find it a bit sickly. I'm not into it. I don't like the fruit and I don't really like the smell. However, in this perfume, I like it. It's very delicate. It's very pretty. It's a touch sweet, but it's not too lychee-y. I think lychee is quite a young fragrance note. Like I always think of it as like a very pretty, kind of almost quite sickly. Like it's a very kind of like average fruity floral kind of note. But in this perfume with the rose, it just adds a little playfulness. Do you know what I mean? It adds a little playfulness. And I think with the basil, it kind of offsets that green pepperiness and gives it a little bit more kind of like sweet playfulness. So as you can imagine, the main accord, of course, is rose. It's all about the rose. It's so pretty. It's such a beautiful, kind of vintagey, dusky, kind of just wonderful, 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 like lovely, velvety, fresh, beautiful rose. I love roses. And this is a really beautiful one. It kind of does remind me a little bit of red roses, but instead of just being rose, there's a little bit more kind of like, it's a bit more dancing. It's a little bit more sparkly. It has the basil, which is like a beautiful kind of like touch of peppery greenness, which is really, really like fresh and fun and playful. And then it almost feels like there's a touch of lime, not lime, more like lemon in there. Like there's a little hint of like kind of like something uplifting, quite fresh. The lychee is very subtle, like you almost wouldn't know it was there, but it does add like just a touch of sweetness and a touch of like playfulness and cheerfulness, and I don't know, just makes it a little bit more bright and summery and fun and uplifting. Oh, it's so pretty, like it's so pretty. There's also a hint of geranium in there, which is again just such a beautiful vintagey floral fragrance note, which I love geranium. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And then I can't personally really pick up on the honey tone, but there is kind of like quite a solar accord to it because it does feel very sunshiny. And then at the base, of course, you've got the white musk, which you don't get for a little while, but when you do, it's just kind of soft and powdery and lovely, and it's just like warm and embracing. Like it's just warm and soothing and comforting and balancing and embracing. It's just so pretty and sunshiny and playful. I love it. I think it's absolutely joyful and fun and friendly and fresh. If you like fragrances from Jo Malone like red roses, I think you will like this. It's a lot like red roses, but with a bit more lift, and a little bit more playful, a little bit more, I don't know, I want to say kind of somewhere between red roses, poppy and barley, and then maybe something a little bit more like maybe with like a touch of like lime, basil, mandarin, maybe something a little bit more playful in there. It's like a really beautiful floral rose, but then there is this kind of like, there is a real vintage twist I think with the geranium, but there is a little bit of spice in there with the basil, which I love. I love the green notes, and I don't know, it's just such a warm, lovely, playful, fun perfume. I did get definitely a good 4 hours out of it, but I only sprayed like a tiny amount. I think if I'd sprayed a bit more on my hair and a bit more on my clothing, it would definitely have better longevity. I don't know, I just think it's absolutely dreamy. Like of the two that I've tried, Elderflower and Rose Blush, for me, Rose Blush is just like perfect and beautiful, and I love it so much. Elderflower is very pretty, but I would say for me, it's a little bit soft and subtle. It's very powdery. It's beautiful. It's very unusual. It's like nothing else I know. But for me, it's just a little bit subtle. This has a bit more punch to it. It's got a bit more bite. It's got a bit more excitement and liveliness. And I love it. I think it's so beautiful. I kind of hope it will come back at another date with like a bigger bottle, because I feel like it's worthy of like a longer shelf life than just a limited edition collection, because I think it's so lovely. But at the same time, I'm kind of excited about other fragrances in the collection, like the rhubarb, so I'm kind of tempted to place an order for that. I think it's going to be like my kind of perfume. But yeah, that's kind of it. If you love red roses, I think you'll like this. If you love that kind of peppery basiliness of basil and neroli or lime, basil, mandarin, I think you might like that, but it's got more of a floral heart. It reminds me a little bit of Peony and Blush Spade, but a little bit more exciting. It reminds me a little bit of Poppy and Barley, but not so serious and not so serially. I just think it's beautiful. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I think it's so perfect. I think it's just wonderful. I think it's so lovely, and I thought I'd do a video about it. Anyway, I hope that's of help. I hope it's of interest. The shopping link is below. There's also the shopping links for the other fragrances in the collection, like Blackberry and Bay, orange peel, tangy rhubarb and elderflower cordial. And there's also a promo code as well, because if you buy 2 bottles from this collection, they come in a really pretty presentation tin, which I think is just the cutest thing. It's lovely. It's like such a lovely touch. So if you want one of these and you are buying 2 of them, do use the promo code, just because you may as well get the free tin. But otherwise, I highly, highly, highly recommend, and hopefully I will buy the tangy rhubarb because I really want to try it. I really want to review it. And yeah, I just love the idea of like rhubarb and perfume. It just sounds magical. But until then, I'm gonna be loving my rose blush because it's absolutely dreamy. It's so beautiful, it's so perfect. And honestly, if you like red roses, you'll like this one because it's red roses but with a little extra playfulness and a little extra pizzazz for summer. It's so pretty. Anyway, that's my video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry I'm smiling so much, but I just really love this perfume. Anyway, thank you so much. I'll see you again soon. Have a lovely day. Goodbye.